Good morning, students. This is a book about the Sahara Desert in Africa. And we are studying the Kingdom of Mali the next 2 weeks. And I want you to learn about one of the land areas in Africa, which is the desert. And the Sahara Desert is the very important desert that is in the northern part of Africa, the continent of Africa. And the title of this book is The Animals of the Sahara Desert, the wildlife of the desert. Wildlife. Wildlife means it's an animal that lives in the wild, that it does not live on a farm, that it does not live with people. It's not a dog or a cat. A dog is not a wild animal, but a wolf is, for example. A camel is a wild animal, but a horse is not, for example. Wildlife of the Sahara Desert. And let's look at this cover of the book right now. He's kind of a tan or light brown color. He's kind of a tan or a light brown color. And so is this lizard. And look at the land. The land is kind of a tan. They blend in with the scenery. That's called camouflage. If something blends in with the scenery, it's camouflage. It's like a disguise. Animals of the Sahara. The Sahara is the largest hot desert in the world. Okay. First thing I notice is Sahara is a proper noun. This S is capitalized. Remember we talked about proper nouns, that a proper noun is the name of one special noun. For example, our own names are proper nouns because there's only one of us, right? There's only one Sahara Desert. So Sahara is a capital S. The Sahara is the largest hot desert in the world. What kind of word is largest? What kind of word is hot? Let me see. These words are in front of the noun, the desert, and they tell what kind of a desert it is. It's the largest, the most large. It is a hot desert. Okay, what do you think they are? Noun, verb, adjective, or adverb? That's right, they're adjectives. Adjectives describe what kind of a noun. It's the largest desert. It's a hot desert. What kind of a word is in? Right, it's a preposition. And a preposition connects one noun, desert, to another noun, world. What was it that we said that a noun was? A person, a place, thing, or an idea. The Sahara is a noun, desert is a noun, world is a noun. Adjectives are largest and hot. And isn't it funny it's saying that it's the largest hot desert? Why doesn't it just say the largest desert? Because there's some deserts, believe it or not, that are not hot. Like the desert at the top of China is a cold desert. So this is the largest hot desert. And largest means the most large. They said largest. They didn't say it was a larger desert than another desert. They said it was simply the largest, the most large. Okay. The Sahara. What continent is it? Africa. The Sahara Desert in Africa. In between the Kingdom of Mali and Egypt. Okay, now let's look at this animal. Okay. His name is the olive baboon. The olive baboon. Olive like the vegetable olive, because he's kind of a greenish brown color at a distance, kind of green like the green olive. The olive baboon is named for its coat. It's named for its coat. Coat is another word for fur or hair. Its coat. On an animal, when you talk about an animal's coat, it means his hair or fur. Now you or I wear a different kind of coat that we put on. The olive baboon is named for its coat, which at a distance is a shade of green-gray, is a shade of green-gray at a distance. When it's far away, It looks like a green-gray. And look at his coat, his fur. It's kind of a green-gray, isn't it? And they said shade. Shade means how much of a color. Let's look at his fur. Does part of his fur look like a darker shade than other parts of his fur, which look like a lighter shade? There are different shades of green-gray on his body. Some is pale or light, and some is dark. What kind of an animal do you think a baboon is? That's right, it's a mammal. Mammals all have fur or hair, and they feed their babies milk. Mammals all have fur or hair and feed their babies milk. Some of them have hair or fur that you can see very well, and other ones it's more difficult to see. He's also a distant cousin of a monkey, a gorilla, or an orangutan, chimpanzee. He's a monkey. He's a very distant cousin of ours. Okay. All right. Here's another kind of a baboon. Another kind of a baboon. This is the Anubis baboon. He survives well because of its diversified diet. Diversified. Is that like to be diverse, to be different? Its diversified diet, which includes plants, birds, and even small mammals. Okay. He eats plants, birds, and even small mammals. Wow. Hey, humans eat plants. Humans eat birds, turkey, chicken. Humans eat mammals. We eat meat. We eat steak. He has the same diet that we have. He's an omnivore. He eats everything. He's an omnivore. And if you are an omnivore and you can eat lots of diverse different things, you are more likely to survive. You can eat lots of different things. If you can only eat one thing, it's hard to survive if that thing goes away, isn't it? So he survives well. What is the Spanish word for survive? Sobrevivir? He survives well because of his diverse diet. And again, his color sort of blends in with the scenery too, doesn't it? That's called camouflage, when your color blends in with the scenery. That's why the soldiers wear camouflage, so that they'll blend in with the scenery if they're in a war. All right, let's look at this animal's picture. What other animals does he look a little bit like? Well, he's got horns. That kind of reminds me of a goat or a deer. Okay, he's got long, skinny legs, kind of like a goat or a deer. And it looks like he has hooves, like a goat or a deer. Okay, this is a gazelle. The Dama gazelle is white with a tannish brown head and neck. He is white with a tannish brown head and neck. Dama gazelles eat shrubs, succulents, herbs, trees, and woody plants. All of these things are plants. A shrub is like a bush, small tree. Succulents, that's sort of like a cactus. Herbs, that's kind of like grass. Trees, and other woody plants. So, would he be an herbivore or carnivore or an omnivore? He's an herbivore. He eats lots of different plants. And again, let's look at the land around him. And let's look at the color of the gazelle. Camouflage, he blends in with the scenery, doesn't he? And the different shades of the tan and white color on him. This is a lighter shade, his body, than his neck is. Brown, very pale, almost white is his body, but his neck is a darker shade. This is another picture of the gazelle standing up. Damas are considered the largest type of gazelle, the most large, the biggest. Damas are considered the largest type of gazelle. Dama gazelle is active during the daytime. The Dama gazelle is active during the daytime. Active. This word's a cognate for the Spanish word activo, right? Active during the daytime. During is a cognate too, isn't it? During, durante. During, durante. during the daytime. So that means he sleeps at night. He's out during the day and he sleeps at night. Okay. And again, look at him. Look at his color and how he blends in with the scenery, almost the same color of tan. Does it look like there's very much grass in the desert? Green grass? No, just a little bit. The main color of a desert is tan or brown. And look at this cute little guy. He looks like a little bit like a mouse or a really small rabbit. The jerboa, that's his name, jerboa. The jerboa is a member of the rodent family. Jerboa lives in underground burrows. Okay, so he digs under the ground, and it has a room under the ground. He digs under the ground. And he is a rodent. A rodent. What other rodents can we think of? Rodent. Yep, a mouse is a rodent. A rat is a rodent. Squirrel is a rodent. He is a rodent and he lives under the ground in burrows or rooms under the ground. Why do you think he lives in burrows under the ground? Do you think it's hotter under the ground or colder under the ground? Yeah, under the ground it's colder. So if I live in a desert and I want air conditioning, I want cool air, I will dig a room under the ground to stay cool. This is another picture of him. Look at those strong, long legs. He must do something special with those legs. Jerboa usually leaps distances of 5 inches. 5 inches. But when it needs to escape from predators, jerboa can jump a distance of 9.8 feet. Now this book, if you look at this book is about 5 inches. From here to here is about 5 inches. But when he has to get away from a scary animal, he can leap 9.8 feet. He can almost leap 10 feet. 10 feet is as long as if you put two women's bodies head to toe, that would be two women's bodies. That's very long, 10 feet. And what is a predator? A predator. Predator is an animal that will eat another animal or kill another animal. A lion is a predator of a gazelle. A lion is a predator of a gazelle. The lion will eat the gazelle. The lion will kill the gazelle and eat the gazelle. So a predator is an enemy. It's not a friend. Let's look at this guy. What kind of an animal is this? It's got spots. So that's kind of a camouflage thing. Look at him, how he blends in with the scenery. He looks kind of a little bit like a dog and a little bit like a leopard or a cheetah, a little bit. Let's see. The spotted hyena. I get it, spotted, because he's got spots. Okay. The spotted hyenas are large dog-like carnivores. They're dog-like, but they're not exactly a dog. And they're carnivores. And look at that word carnivore. That reminds me of the Spanish word carnes. So meat. Okay, they're meat eaters. Okay, they're carnivores. The spotted hyenas can reach 35 inches in height and 90 pounds in weight. Now, 90 pounds is pretty big. 90 pounds is like the size of a German Shepherd dog. It's a large dog. And this is a wild animal. I actually would not want to run into a hyena. Okay, and they eat meat. They're carnivores. Okay. This is another picture of a hyena. He's a strong dog-like animal. He has a strong body, okay? And if he's a meat eater, he's got a strong mouth too. Spotted hyenas live in large groups called clans, which can include up to 80 hyenas. 80 hyenas. So this is a really big family. This is a family of grandparents, parents, children, grandchildren, uncles, aunts, and cousins. This is a very big family. Very big family. And this is a picture of the hyenas, of adult hyenas and baby child hyenas eating some meat of a dead animal. This is a bird called the secretary bird. This is the same bird that was in the Lion King movie. The secretary bird can reach 4 to 5 feet in height and 5 to 9 pounds in weight. So he's tall, but he's skinny, he's thin. Couples work together to build huge nests high in acacia trees. Couple. Couple means more than one. In this case, the couple is a husband and wife. The husband and wife work together to build huge nests high in acacia trees. So here he is trying to build his nest. Now, why do you think the nest is huge? Why is it a huge nest? What kind of a nest is it? It's a huge nest because they have a lot of eggs, or the eggs are big maybe, and it's high in the acacia tree. If you were a bird and you wanted your eggs to be safe, secure, would you build your nest high up high in the tree or down on the ground? It would be high in the tree. Another reason to build a nest high in the tree is that it's cooler up there than it is down on the ground. Okay, so it's more comfortable and it's safer. The secretary bird. And here he is again. The secretary birds are carnivores. They're meat eaters. Their diet consists of snakes and other reptiles, insects, and rodents. They are meat eaters. See that word carnes inside of the word carnivore? Meat. They eat meat. A snake is meat, a reptile is meat, an insect is meat, and rodents are meat. So they are meat eaters. This is the dromedary camel. He is like the horse of the desert, okay? He's like the horse of the desert. The dromedary camel is a single-humped camel. He has one hump, single hump. See his back? He has one hump. There's some camels in China that have 2 humps, but this one has one. Dromedaries usually reach a little over 7 feet tall, including the hump. So if you measure the camel from the top of his hump down to the bottom of his feet, that's 7 feet. I wonder why he has that hump on his back. I wonder why that hump is there. I wonder why his feet are big and wide. And look at his color. He blends in with the desert, doesn't he? The desert's kind of a tan, and he's tan and brown. Different parts of his body are different shades of brown. Under his belly, it's pale. On his head, it's pale. But up here on his back, and the fur on his neck is a darker brown. There he is again. Look how his legs are a paler shade of tan than his body. And he blends in with the desert. Dromedary camels weigh 300 to 600 kilograms. The humps on their backs contain fatty tissue reserves, which can be converted to water or energy when required. Fatty tissue reserves. Fatty tissue reserves. So this is something extra, reserved, extra. Fatty tissue reserves. Is that like fat? Fatty tissue reserves, which can be converted. To convert is to change, to make it into something else, which can be converted to water or energy when required. Require means if it's necessary. It can be converted to water or energy. I get it. This hump on his back is like extra food and water for a long trip if he can't find any food or water. This can be turned into calories to feed him. It turns into food and water. That is so neat. That's like him taking an extra lunch or dinner with him for a week. This stuff can keep him going for a week with no food. That's neat. This is an ostrich. You can see ostriches in Africa and Australia. Ostriches, no, Australia, it's an emu bird, but anyway, ostriches are in Africa. Ostriches are the largest bird in the world. They can grow up to 9 feet tall and weigh up to 350 pounds. 9 feet tall is taller than any human. That's tall. And 350 pounds, That's pretty big. Look how strong and big his body is, and look how powerful those legs look. I don't think that I would want to be kicked by one of those legs. Those are strong legs. Wonder what he does with those legs. And see how he's kind of a tan and brown, how he blends in with the desert, natural camouflage. Ostriches have powerful legs. Ostriches have powerful legs and clawed toes. They have claws on their toes. One strong kick can kill a lion. One strong kick can kill a lion. Wow. Who would have known? An ostrich can kill a lion with a kick from his strong leg. This is a scorpion. The death stalker scorpion is about 4 inches in size for the females, and the males are about 3 inches. So the girls are bigger than the boys, okay? The female is 4 inches, and the male, the boy, is 3 inches. That's interesting. And why are they called death stalker scorpions? Death, to be dead. Death stalker scorpion. What's that about? The death stalker scorpion. And what is like this thing on his tail? What's that about? Okay. He is not too pretty. Here he is again. And look at him. He's almost the same color as the desert is. If I were walking in the desert, I might not even see him. He is almost the same color. The death stalker is regarded as the most dangerous species of scorpion. Species means type of. The most dangerous species of scorpion. Its venom is a powerful mixture of neurotoxins. Now, neurotoxins is a big science word, but all we really need to know is that he's called death stalker. He's considered the most dangerous. And it has venom like a snake. Or scorpions and snakes have venom. And that the venom is powerful. So he is not a friendly guy. His venom could probably kill us. Look at this cute little fella. He looks sort of like a fox or a dog to me. Why are his ears so big? That's interesting. Why does he have big ears? And look at his color. He blends in with the desert and the sand too, doesn't he? I might not even see him. The fennec fox is the smallest member of the dog family. So he is a type of dog. A fox is a dog. The coats of fennec foxes are very pale, helping them reflect most of the sunlight that falls on them. Very pale white coat. Very pale. Why do they want to reflect the sunlight? If you reflect something, that means it doesn't soak into you. It goes away in a different direction. Oh, I get it. If his coat, his fur is very white and pale, then he's not as hot in the sun. If he were a black animal in the hot sun of the desert, he would feel even hotter because the black would pull in the sun. So this is like natural sunscreen for him, having the very white coat. Now I want to find out about these ears. Why are these ears big? I mean, look how big those ears are compared to his little face and body. Really big ears. Its most distinctive feature is its unusually large ears, which also serve to dissipate the heat. Distinctive means you can see it very well. And they're unusually large, very big. And they dissipate the heat. To dissipate something is to make it go away. So the ears are big, and they make the heat go away. Well, okay, so they're kind of like a fan, or maybe even an umbrella to cover up his head and keep the heat from bothering him. And that is the end of Animals of what desert? The Sahara Desert. And where is this desert? In Africa. They are animals or wildlife of the desert. And what animals did we learn about in the book? You remember what the animals were? in the largest hot desert in the world. What were they? There were two kinds of baboons. There was the olive baboon, and then there was the Anubis baboon, was the second animal. And then there was the Dama gazelle. And then there was that cute little jerboa rodent. And then there was the hyena. And then there was the secretary bird. The camel. The ostrich. The scorpion, the death stalker scorpion. And the fennec fox. The fennec fox. That's all.